actually football. We got a big topic.
Okay.
All right, we live? All right, we are live, back again with Bostonian Thoughts. Your boy Nick doing a stupid dance. And we got Dave, who's wearing Bork for the Colorado Avalanche. We'll let him slide because he's a Boston boy. And then you got me, Paul, wearing a guy who's not even playing for the Sox anymore. Porcello.
You didn't have to say it. Just at Boston.
All right, we're going to go back live here. We're going to start off with some football talk because I hear news that Brady may go to the Raiders for $60 million a year. Just 2 years, $120 million. Do you think he walks? Do you think he stays? I know the Patriots want to get A.J. Green and Hunter Henry, which I sent to Nick.
You sure it's $60 million? I thought it was $30 million per year.
I thought it was $60 million.
Yeah, that's still 2 years.
Yeah,
it's still 2 years.
$60 million either way.
We don't even know if
but if that's the case,
$60 million is a little bit out there, though.
Well, what I'm saying is that's the only way they'd sneak away from the Pats. If the Pats are going to give him $30 million a year, it's not much if they give him $60 million total because they got no weapons for him. That's as bad as going somewhere you're not going to have shit going for you. I mean, if he goes over there, it'd be strictly for money because he's not going to win. I don't care what anyone says. He's GOAT, but he's not going to win.
I don't think they got any good wide receivers right now.
They don't? They have nothing.
I mean, they could bring Brown back.
I mean, they got Fells, who's their tight end, who's all right, but
is Jordy Nelson still there?
Jordy Nelson, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be the only guy, and he's still.
But if you were Brady, would you stay with the Pats, who are now trying to target A.J. Green and Hunter Henry? And then if you have the money left over, you get Olsen.
You still have a younger roster here, though.
Yeah, you have a younger roster, but they're also saying they're going out of their way to make sure Brady has weapons, which includes Hunter Henry, who I thought they should go after from the get-go if they can get him, and then A.J. Green, which I know everyone's on the fence about because his health issues.
No,
well,
they don't have, what's his name?
Jordy Nelson's no longer there.
Jordy Nelson's not there.
I mean, my thing is do you risk it with A.J. Green? I know a lot of people are very fancy because of his injury history. I would, because no one in football is ever completely healthy, if you ask my opinion, the way that they play the games.
Yeah, but the way that he's played the past,
But when he's healthy, he's ridiculous.
Yeah,
he's nuts. If you can get at least 6-7 weeks out of him, it's still worth something.
No, because you play, 16 games. You get 6 games out of him.
I mean, you still got plenty of wide receiver weapons after that, though, and who've had time to,
Yeah, look at Brady, though. He had those same weapons last year and didn't work with them.
Yeah, but now he's got them. They've been in the fold for at least one season now. Harris looked like he was doing all right, and Jacoby Myers was looking like he's going to have some potential to be a big wide receiver play for the Patriots going forward, in my opinion.
A.J. Green's a free agent?
Yeah, he's going free agent. This is it. If they sign him, that would be his last contract.
Oh, sorry.
That would be his last contract. Wherever A.J. Green lands on this one will probably be it. If he signs with the Pats, it's going to be a long-term deal.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna go on like, okay, I'm gonna go get A.J. Green, I'm gonna go get Hunter Henry, and I'm gonna go get this one.
Well, that's what they discussed.
And then they go get those people, right? And then you look at it, right? It's like, I've got these great people now sitting here, and then Tom Brady still walks.
Well, then you got Stidman, who can't really fuck up unless he's that bad. And you can also still approach a quarterback on the free agency. Phillip Rivers, Dave's guy, might still come over here. Big Papa Pump over there.
Absolutely not.
They can still swap.
If we're gonna go and sign fucking Phillip Rivers, you might as well sign Brady.
But see, the other thing is if the Raiders do get Brady, that does mean that they'll have to make a decision on Carr. Carr's not going to want to stay. And I have been
saying it for the rest of this time. A Brady for Carr deal, which is what I want.
But the problem is we'd still have to trade an acquisition for Carr, regardless, because he's still
signed Brady now. So you sign Brady now for $30 million.
Yeah,
you trade for fucking Derek Carr.
Which would be great if you can get Brady to say okay to that deal, or else they're just gonna trade Carr to whoever can give him the most.
Brady gets his deal. Vegas gets their quarterback that they want.
Vegas.
Yeah, I mean I don't know. I think and also if they can approach someone of Kenyon Drake. If they can pull him away from Arizona.
That's what I was saying, Kenyon Drake, man.
But like I said, Nick, you don't want them to get another running back, or you're going to lose that bet so hard.
No, because if you look at it this way, right? If he's a fourth down back, which I kept saying he could be a fourth down back.
I don't know. He's doing very well in Arizona. He was playing out of his mind.
Yeah, but they got to re-sign him, and I don't know if they will.
But but I'm not saying that they'll re-sign him. I'm saying he's playing that of a first string back.
All right, so here what I would do, right? I would package Brady and Sony Michel. Send them over to Las Vegas and take over Derek Carr and Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs.
They're not going to let go of Jacobs.
Yeah, he's going to be
after
their
this year.
animal.
They're not going to let go of Jacobs.
Nah, I mean that would be a good deal, though. yo.
For us,
listen,
yes.
there's
For the Raiders,
No,
I think
absolutely
right
not.
now the free agency for running backs is the richest it's been. You got Melvin Gordon dropping, Austin Eckler to the free agency. You got Kenyon Drake, and you got a few others out there. There's plenty of running back free agency.
Well, you got to look at it this way, right?
Chargers are going to have to let go of one of the two running backs, and my money's that they keep Eckler.
Yeah, Gordon is going to go.
Gordon held out and played like trash when he came back.
Yep.
That was the worst thing he could have done.
Look at it this way, right? They're going to try to franchise tag him. And he's not going to play all year.
No, he's not.
Or they already let Phillips walk, right? Why not let Gordon walk? They're already in a rebuild.
Eckler's the better piece because he can catch the ball, he can run the ball. He's been explosive for them on both fronts in that department, and he's probably going to not ask as high as Melvin Gordon. Why pay Melvin Gordon when you got Austin Eckler performing so well? That's why they weren't paying him when he asked for that money to begin with, because they're like, screw you, we got Eckler.
He hasn't proved himself like Todd Gurley and Ezekiel Elliott has, or even like when
and Gurley may be getting traded. So.
yeah, and Le'Veon Bell, dude, right? When he was playing though, he played at a high level, so it was kind of like the Steelers were fucking him anyways.
Yeah, and then he went to the Jets and got screwed because there's no offensive line there.
No, I know he needs to just say I want to trade out of there. He
needs
to say I screwed up. Send me back to Pittsburgh, please.
I wouldn't go back to Pittsburgh though. They're like a dumpster fire right now themselves.
Dude, AB going around apologizing to them. He's gonna end up going back to the Steelers. Steelers will take him back.
Yeah, but what's their quarterback looking like? I mean,
Ben
Mason
Roethlisberger's
Rudolph's
coming back.
I still don't like Big Ben. I think he's a turnover machine. He's only thing he's got going for him is he's more consistent than Jameis Winston. That's it. Otherwise, he throws picks for days.
Fun fact, Jameis Winston had LASIK surgery.
So you're telling me he couldn't see? That might make a little bit more sense for those interceptions, but he still threw 30 of them.
He got it done for his nearsightedness.
Okay, then never mind. That doesn't help us.
No, it doesn't help at all.
That doesn't give me any excuse for him.
No, but back to AJ Green. I guess you could say the only down year he had was last year.
Like I said, he's not a bad option.
Wait, he didn't
I know
play
everyone. Yeah, he sat out the whole year pretty much to try and get healthy.
Yeah. So he played 9 games the year before that in 2018, and then 16, 10, 16, 13, 16, 16, and 15. I guess it's not that bad, but I mean, he does average.
Look at that. He's averaging
1,000 yards a game.
Yeah, almost 1,000 yards.
His best season was 2013 when he had
1,400
yards.
1,500 yards.
Yeah.
So if you get him and he's sat out this season so he can be healthy for his next big deal, that's money.
I'm gonna throw a name up there. You guys tell me what you guys think about it.
Sony Michel?
He sat out all year last year because he was coming back from that torn Achilles. Des Bryant.
I wouldn't spend $2
That's
on
a
him.
no. You could go get him on the cheaper end.
I would give him $2.
Now look at it this way, right?
On a cheaper end, I would agree to have Des Bryant come back.
I would give him
he
literally
would
the
play
league minimum.
He would play like $2 million a year. He would come in and play.
I would give him the league minimum.
He would. He would
wants
come
a ring.
in. He would get cheap. He would be for cheap money. He's coming off a torn Achilles. But then again,
How old is
the
he?
word is he is coming off of a.
Well, I need to see how old he is because that
So-
depends. Because Cooper Kupp came off the Achilles and was phenomenal still. But if you're older, it technically doesn't always
He's
work
also
the
a
same.
veteran guy.
Yeah,
He's also a veteran guy that Brady will throw to.
it's
Brady
true.
doesn't like to throw
But you
to
got to be
kids.
careful of his
So-
age. Because if he comes back, let's say he's 36. I don't know how he is until Nick tells me. If he's like 36 and he tears his Achilles, there's no guarantee he's going to bounce
31.
back the same. 31? Maybe.
31.
I'd still
And
give him the league
that.
minimum. I would not
He
pay
sat
him
out this
more.
whole year. He did it in 2018. Yeah,
I've
he can come
I've
back.
seen video of him practicing. He's looking good.
All right, well,
He's looking very good.
he'll still be it's kind of one
Can
of
we
those
say he lands with
deals.
the team next year, though? He did have offers.
He'll land with a team.
He did have offers
without
last
a
year.
doubt, but it's a risk factor too. And then
What
he has
about-
to learn the playbook of wherever he lands too. Don't forget.
No, he can play.
I know he can play.
He-
I'm not
he
denying
was
he can
with-
play.
He was with the Saints for like a week and year.
I look at it this way. This is what the Patriots should focus on. If Brady stays cool, Hunter Henry, AJ Green, in that order. Then when you get to the draft, pull up, try and get Randy Moss's kid as another tight end option.
They're already saying Randy Moss is
And
going second
also-
round.
Also, what you can do is you can, if you have the money, get Greg Olsen on the cheap. So you got Hunter Henry, Greg Olsen cheap. If you're going to get Des Bryant, you get him cheap. You get him. AJ Green. And then also, if you have
AJ
money,
Green's also 31, and then you got
You also got to realize this is only
Randall
happening if
Cobb.
Brady signs for cheap.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
This
that's
is
the
only
other thing.
happening if Brady signs for cheap. Either that, or he walks and we sign a shit fucking quarterback, or we stick with Stidham playing.
I mean, if you give him all these weapons, you'd really have to be a shitbag quarterback not to make this work. If you hand him Hunter Henry, AJ Green, Des Bryant, Greg Olson, you hand him Randy Moss's kid who's looking phenomenal on his plays I've seen on his highlights. He's looking like an animal down there.
All right, what do you say about Dak Prescott with all his fucking weapons over there?
Yeah, well, Dak sucks.
He
They
might
don't
not
even
have
make the
Amari
fucking
Cooper,
playoffs.
though. Amari Cooper might walk.
I would. And I'm sorry. I
You know, I
know,
can
I
see
know
Amari-
everyone's high expectation of Dak, but he was a letdown to me.
God,
He had one explosive season. And
He's
then,
overrated.
Yeah, he's
I've been
entirely
way
overrated.
overrated.
Entirely
He's
overrated.
extremely overrated quarterback.
Absolutely. It's absolutely
Robbie Anderson's young, and he played in a shitty system.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like
Randall Cobb could play too.
Dak could walk, and the Cowboys would not be any worse. They wouldn't be any better. Put Tony Romo back. Just start over.
Dorsett's a free agent too.
I mean, would you keep him? I wouldn't.
He's all right.
For the Colts,
Yeah.
maybe. I mean, between the two, would you rather him or Hoyer?
Well, no.
I'd rather Brissett over Hoyer.
For Dorset, Philip Dorset.
I thought you said Dorset.
No, I wouldn't keep Dorset. I think I'd let him go.
I would let Dorset
He
go.
wasn't that much.
He's like what?
Yeah, but he was
he's like,
also
what,
gone.
1.5 mil, I believe he was.
He's only 25.
Well, I know, but he was gone all last year, and they're expecting he may still miss a couple games next season too. I don't know what the story was with him, but every time I kept looking to grab him in case he came back from fantasy, and he never came back.
He missed all but one game with a collarbone. He broke his collarbone.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So I mean,
But he was one of Cam Newton's favorite people when he was in.
if he comes back healthy again, he's a player you could sign at minimum. I wouldn't go high on
I'd
anyone
say
coming back from
Nelson
injury.
Aguilar though.
No, I hate
Nelson
Aguilar.
sometimes catch a pass.
Yeah,
Aguilar.
he's terrible. Have you not listened to Tristan
Absolutely
Adonis
not.
talk about this man?
Absolutely not.
He's the king of drop passes.
Do you see who's throwing to him though?
You can't drop a pass regardless if he's putting it in your hands. You're the wide receiver.
I've never seen anybody else have a ball placed in his hand perfectly fine.
39
And
receptions
Nelson
for 363
and
yards.
still drop
3 touchdowns.
And
And his salary was $9.4 million. That's so overpaid for him. Who else is on this list?
That was it. I'm trying
That's
to
about
pull
it.
this.
Cooper, $14 million. He's going free agent.
Cooper. Yeah, I could see him in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Mr. Timothy
Julio
O'Neal,
Jones.
Mr. Lowry.
Lowry's
Like to
watching.
talk XFL.
XFL. I mean, I didn't really know too many names. Like, I thought I was going to see a few more names I'd recognize. My dad managed to pick a team that he loves, even though that poops. He
Tell me that it's not
loves the
Tampa.
Dragons. The Dragons.
I'm not.
They
a big
won today.
XFL
I know, but
watcher.
they barely won.
Yeah, they won 14-9.
Yeah, it was zero. They were both 0-1 teams, though.
Tampa's horrible.
Did you know in
Tampa's
almost
horrible.
every game that they have played, the Dragons are 10-1, like against them to win. The 2 games they played. I honestly though I like the rules of the XFL better.
I like their 2-minute rule.
There's less commercials in the XFL too.
I feel like
the extra points.
That's pretty dope.
The extra
1,
points
2,
is
and
what I
3.
like.
1,
As
2,
far as
and 3.
for 1, 2, and 3, you don't have to bring a kicker out there if you don't want to.
Yeah.
You know, I like the 1, 2, and 3 extra point rule.
The 1 foot down makes it a little bit crazier catches
1 foot
happen.
down. The ball has to be physically over the line in order to get a touchdown. You
Yeah.
can't just touch the plane.
Yeah, which is good. Which is what I
overall
was talking
rules
about.
I do like, and then you get your basic, basic rules.
I haven't
for
seen
football.
that many flags though. To be honest, I haven't seen that many.
there's not a lot of penalties.
They let them play. They don't actually. The rule that they don't have, which everyone's concerned about, is they don't have the helmet-to-helmet rule.
Timothy says Battlehawks all the way. Jordan Tamu, aka the throwing Samoan for MVP.
I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear all
The
that.
throwing Samoan. Okay.
I mean, I think that XFL, if they keep going the road they're going, they might actually run some money out of the
You know what I
NFL.
saw today? I saw a pitch on Twitter. I can't remember exactly who I saw it
Vince
from.
McMahon for commissioner.
I see.
The rules are different.
I saw whoever wins the XFL championship plays the bottom team of the NFL.
Oh,
And-
the Bengals.
And this is what it is. And if the XFL team wins, that NFL team, who is the very bottom team,
Goes to
gets
the
dropped
XFL.
down to the XFL.
That'd
and
be
the XFL team goes to
hysterical.
the
The
NFL.
Browns would enter the XFL every season.
They would be bottom of the
They
list.
would never get out.
The Bears
would
would
never
be in
get out.
there. I think the Bengals would fall.
Bengals would
Bengals,
definitely
yes,
fall.
yeah.
Bengals went 2-14.
Your Buccaneers.
Buccaneers. They might put up
I don't
a
know.
fight.
Buccaneers
They
might
might-
have a fight.
They'll
as
be
long as they get a
fluctuating.
different quarterback,
They'll
you
be
know what I mean?
fluctuating. They'll go between NFL
Yeah.
and XFL. They'll go up and down.
Eventually, I think though they'd make a rule where they go, if you've gone up and down 4 or 5 times, you're staying in the X.
What's the draft order this year
For what?
for the NFL?
You go find it out.
All I know is Patriots have 23rd pick over.
I would like to
The
propose
highest
a
pick
new
that they've
rule.
had in
Vince
years.
McMahon is now going to be the commissioner of the NFL. Just go for it. But no, XFL actually took a rule out. The helmet to helmet does not exist in the XFL.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Not
I
that
saw
I've
it today.
seen. How
I saw
many
it
got
today.
hit? I saw the Dragons game. The dude got gut checked, helmet to helmet.
Yeah, he got
And
tossed.
if they call
tossed.
it, man,
I didn't see a single flag go up though.
No, they tossed him.
Well, did they toss him or did they give him a flag?
They flagged him and tossed
Because
him.
I didn't see no flag when I was
Nah, it's
watching
the
that
same rule as
play.
the NFL. If you do that, you get tossed.
I didn't see it.
Nah, yeah, you got tossed.
No.
It's like college. When you lead with the crown of your head and you hit somebody like that, you get tossed.
But
You
you know,
got
I've long been, helmet to helmet. You hate to see it. How do you control your helmet from not like? What if you're going down and that person happens to lay their head down into your helmet? And,
See,
You know.
like when I was playing, we were always told don't hit up high.
Mhm.
You're gonna have to wrap up and hit up high.
Yep.
So you legitimately gotta come in like you're gonna hug the guy instead of fucking rocking him.
Well, let's not hug each other. Let's just gut check the shit out of each other. I want to see some edge spears going through these.
No, you know what it is too though, and I want to say it was a running back with that same hit. He dropped. If you're dropping your head and somebody's already coming at you here, it's gonna happen, and that's kind of like your fault. That shouldn't even go against you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They still count it, is what I'm
yeah,
saying.
they
Like,
still yeah.
How can you control what's already in motion? If you're going in for the hit and they duck down, that's technically they can replay that and say you ducked your head, no flag.
Yeah, but it's like it's the same thing like with linemen, right? Where linemen come up and like they hit you in your face mask, but they don't grab your face mask. It's hands to the face.
Yeah.
I think that honestly is the stupidest rule I've ever heard in my life.
Mhm.
Hands to the face.
Well, like I said, I think
10-yard penalty.
maybe they should take some rules from the XFL. I also heard that the pass interference is not spot of the foul anymore.
No, I think it's 5
10
or 10
yards
Yeah.
and a first down. Like what I've been preaching about the NFL, that pass interference rule's got to go. At the spot of the foul is the dumbest thing they could have put into this league.
No, and that's why you see a lot of people on third down that just chuck the ball
Yeah.
down the field.
Because if he gets hit, it's going to go at the spot of the foul.
Yep.
You can get someone like Aaron Rodgers who's going to fucking do a Hail Mary. It's going to land at the 1 yard line. Someone's going to get hit and it's a pass interference, spot of the foul.
Yeah, ball right at the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, touchdown.
That's all you got to do. Like, it's stupid. College even has a better rule set than them with that. It's 15 yards and a first down.
All right, so Cincinnati Bengals got first overall pick.
Oh, that
Do
doesn't
they-
surprise me.
Do you guys think they take a quarterback?
I don't know. I heard Dalton's possible weapon that Belichick wants, so who knows?
I wouldn't take that, but yeah, you're right. I've heard that too. So and then you got Washington, which also dropped. I don't know if you guys saw that they dropped Josh Norman.
yeah, I've seen that.
So they're gonna
Seen
probably
that
draft
the
a
other
young quarterback.
I got a question for you. What about the Giants? What do you think they do? Do they stick with that quarterback? Do they?
Absolutely.
They stick with him, but I feel like they're gonna go get a wide receiver.
Well, they have to give him weapons, obviously. Ingram was hurt, I think, majority of the season too. The biggest tight end they have.
He was pretty banged up.
Saquon
They
didn't do
could
well
go-
at all this season.
Nah, he had a high ankle sprain.
Yeah, he got hurt.
He missed, like,
then he
4
recovered. Then he got hurt again. I heard because wasn't it his quadricep as well?
Yeah, he had a tight up quad. Yeah.
And then after that, he sprained his ankle. He was a mess this season. Everyone had high hopes, especially your brother, Trey, who picked him overall.
I like Saquon, but he's all upper body.
Well, have you seen his tree trunks and legs, though?
Yeah, his legs.
That man
but
could probably
he's upper
crush a
body.
watermelon between those things. But no.
He's all lower leg, but he needs to get some upper body. But you got to look at it this way, right? I hate it. Backs always wear the low cleats.
Yeah.
You got to get some ankle supports and something, dude. Like, you're running around out there, man. You're cutting, and people out there trying to take out your legs all day.
Well, I mean, that's the other thing. But the
All
other
around,
thing
there
is,
needs to be a little bit of a
What do you think-
of a different equipment swap.
What do you think the Bears do? The Bears.
The Bears, I kind of have a feeling they're going to go middle of the pack again this year, drop down.
Well, not even just that. Like, what are they going to do to improve? What do you think they can help themselves with? I mean, Mitch is just terrible.
Quarterback.
I mean, they will never hear the end of that. You could have had Mahomes shit. That's for
Absolutely.
sure. Like, you traded up and you picked Mitch, I am a bitch, Trubisky.
That's the biggest thing right now is going to be quarterback, maybe defense.
Who do they have for wide receivers that's any good aside from Robinson?
Dude, they're not even picking in the first round.
Who, the Bears? The Bears?
Yeah.
The Packers are.
Packers.
The Packers.
The
Packers are at 30.
Yep. What about the Dolphins? I know they're in a huge rebuild now. They got next to nothing.
An extremely big.
Where do they even start? Do you start at quarterback? Do you let Fitzpatrick just hold that for now?
Fitzpatrick is going to have to. I mean,
yeah, they're going to let him go. Yeah,
they're going to let him go.
Yeah, dude, I heard they were going to go after Tua Tagovailoa.
Why do you always come back with a corrupt?
I mean, I see Fitzpatrick making a little bit of a run here and there. I don't see his man really got that. Oh my god. As far as for
next question,
I see Fitzmagic controlling it for a little bit, going after a quarterback.
Oh yeah, but I feel like I don't think they're going to keep him. I don't think
long run. Fitzmagic is not going to be.
You get a rookie quarterback from the draft. Have Fitzpatrick stay there while he's getting in his rhythm.
They're so focused on tanking, they don't even care.
My thing is, you think Patricia keeps that job over in Detroit after this shit season?
If he goes half the distance of what he did the past 2 seasons,
he's pretty much
absolutely not. He's gone.
He's taking past players like all the time, and he did nothing with them.
He's trying to rebuild a Patriots team over there, and he's failed. He failed completely.
I would cry if
2 years.
Brady walked over to Detroit.
You look at Tyler Flowers, man. Flowers goes over there. Trey Flowers.
Yes.
Tyler.
I like Tyler for him, man. Whatever. Trey Flowers goes over there. You think he's gonna have a great defense, and then he does nothing at all.
I mean, I could see it coming. I mean, look at it this way: you got Cincinnati, Washington at second pick, which I don't even know what the heck they're gonna do. They're very set on that quarterback. They got that kid McLaurin, who's been really good.
Haskins? You think they keep Dwayne Haskins?
That's what they're saying. They're saying that they got to let him find his way. Which do you sacrifice more season time or?
Well, they have a young running back over there that could do good too, but he was hurt.
That McLaurin kid is good.
Yeah, but he needs another wide receiver or a tight end.
Yeah, I mean a lot of these teams need a tight end,
but they also need defense.
Yeah, they need defense. A lot of these teams lack O-lines. That's a big issue, too. I mean, like I said, if we up the O-line, Brady left, and we gave Stidham all these weapons and a good O-line, if you give him enough time in the pocket, he can produce. It'll give him time to feel good, get his accuracy together, and then he'll start to feel some pressure.
Patriots are good at picking offensive linemen at their first-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that. I do. Don't get me wrong. There's good linemen out there that you can go ahead and take first pick and all. But I don't think you need to waste.
Cardinals actually manage a 5-10 record.
Larry Fitz is coming back.
Yeah, oh my God,
Larry Fitzgerald.
Please.
What you mean? This guy don't drop a ball.
I know he doesn't drop a ball, but man, this man. You know what? I want to say he's about the same as Gurley. He's on a snap count for the amount of times they throw to him. Sometimes he'll be their go-to all game. Next game, he gets 2 passes. He's your end zone guy. He's the guy you chuck it to in the end zone if you have to throw near the end zone, and he'll catch it.
Let's see.
Oh, good God. You're going to pull up Larry Fitzgerald, 800-year career stats?
Yo, that's my boy, Larry Fitz.
While he looks that up, I'm going to take a quick moment. Just let you guys know that on our Facebook, we have opened a Patreon. So you guys can set up a donation channel if you guys want to donate $5 here, $10 there, like we said. Whatever you guys can donate helps, obviously.
Help us get a sponsor like Pepsi.
No, we want chocolate milk only sponsorships.
Only if it's
Nesquik. We'll put a fridge up if they give it to us.
Sponsored by your local Packy.
Yep, your local Packy. But again, donations help. We can up the stream, kind of we're looking into getting a green screen so we can eventually get rid of this yellow wall or wherever we end up streaming next. But anything will help. Now we're about to dive back into Fitzgerald's stats, courtesy of Nick Azera with his Pepsi.
Dude, Fitz magic. No, he's not bad. I mean, he's got more 1,000-yard seasons than anybody else, I would say.
Well, he's also played for 500 years.
He's
played since 2004.
So?
It is now 16 years.
All right, right?
In the NFL.
Right, dude, look at it this way. He's been targeted 2,263 times, and he's caught 1,378 passes.
Not as high as I was expecting.
Dude, he's over 50% of his catches.
Well, I know, but I'm saying that's not as high as I was expecting.
Dude,
whenever I
nobody
watch
else
it, he
has
doesn't
that.
drop it.
I'm telling you right now, right?
Right.
He's going in the NFL for his high catch
Pull up to
percentage.
see who has the highest all-time record for catch completion percentage.
You mean catch percentage?
Yeah, whatever it is. I'd be interested to see that stat. Also, those in the chat here, if you want, give us some more topics to discuss, or if you want any of our thoughts on anything, let us know.
Who do you think the Patriots draft?
Or
do you guys think that Brady walks?
Brady
give
stays.
us your feedback so we can argue.
You think Robert Kraft gives him a quickie outside Gillette Stadium to make him stay?
So, on to a little bit of other news.
So,
All right, so
I don't think the hand was needed, but
I think this is for last year. Tyreek Hill, 65%. No, what do you mean? Larry Fitzgerald had 68% this year.
You said best catch percentage in the NFL. This is probably going from just this season. So you should put all time, maybe. All right.
I can hear your brother freaking upstairs.
Yeah, he's playing the Xbox.
Larry Fitzgerald's third.
He's the third. So
That's
first is
69%.
Hunter Renfrow, Nick Boyle, Larry Fitzgerald, and Olabisi Johnson.
I don't know who the fuck that is, but all right.
Open that up. See if it shows like their. No, like click the link. So you can see if it gives us like a full stat breakdown here on this. Your mom's watching, Dave. Smile. All right, hold on here. All right, it gives us the. What the fuck did this take us to? This is seasons.
Well, they're saying that James Conner had a better catch.
Well, it's also because he's a running back, and they probably only threw him like half the amount.
I'm Le'Veon Bell at 84%. Yeah, dude, it's all running backs at the top. You
This
see
is
that?
useless.
What, the top 10 are all running backs.
Even Kareem Hunt shouldn't be in the league, in my opinion.
All right,
There shouldn't be a lot of players in the league
true that.
with that situation.
Absolutely.
Shouldn't be a lot of players. So
I
it's,
say the Patriots go for Christian McCaffrey.
If he can play, then why can't
Oh
Ray
my
Rice
God.
play?
as much as I would like Christian McCaffrey, that's going to be a high price to bargain.
Trade him, Sony Michelle.
Sony Michelle for Christian McCaffrey. That's a real good
And
pick.
7 picks.
You'd have to give the entire offensive line.
Sony Michelle, they'd be laughing at us.
Shit, you think Brady goes to Carolina?
Fuck that.
Nope.
There's no weapons over there either, really.
Yo, somebody was saying like, don't sleep on the Giants, man.
There's possibility he goes to the Giants,
'Cause he's
Cowboys,
moved to New
Chargers,
York.
Raiders, and coming
No,
back.
he
Pretty
moved to
much
Connecticut.
half the league.
Yeah.
He moves to Connecticut.
But whatever. Anytime this man posts something or moves somewhere, everyone's like, he's going to go to this team. He's going to go to that team. Oh, my God.
He had just recently posted a post
With
with
Edelman.
Giselle, when he was
Valentine's
for
Day
the
one?
Valentine's Day one. I'm not sure if you guys seen it, but
Dude,
somebody
they were picking out all the stuff he was
commented
wearing.
picking out a whole bunch of different
Yeah.
colors, saying the Patriots blue was for New York, and there's a sunset that
Yeah.
had yellow that was for California for the
Yeah.
Chargers. It's stupid. I'm tired of hearing it. Patriots are going to wait until the rest of the offseason is done. Wait until the free agency market opens up, and then they're going to see what the hell goes on. As far as I know, Kraft, Belichick, they're okay with Brady walking.
Kraft's not. Belichick is.
No, Kraft did put up.
Now, yes.
Before, dude, all right, I'm fucking sick and tired of this shit.
Yeah, now he's starting to be tired.
Everybody's tired of it. We don't want to wait. Frankly, we have to.
Edelman's the only one who's crying. Edelman's singing "Baby Come Back" with the boombox.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude. I don't know. I think you just get Amendola back for cheap.
If you get Amendola back for cheap, that's fine. Hey,
welcome
back.
I'll take him any day of the week.
But you're gonna have to upgrade big time. Brady again is not going to want to throw to all the kids. That's what he wants. That's what's going to have to happen.
Drink your chalky milk.
So I'll drink it later. Chewing some gum right now. So moving on from football. We'll get back to a little bit
baseball. Later. Kevin Pillar.
We'll talk a little bit of baseball so far.
That new kid coming over.
He's hurt.
Yeah,
we have the signing of Kevin.
Well, that was already known.
We have
Vogel, whatever.
Voldugo or something like that. I can't remember
exactly.
However the fuck you say your name, homeboy. Welcome to Boston.
Welcome with your back injury. We'll take you, I guess. Just don't turn into Pedroia, please.
Yeah.
If he turns Pedroia, I'm just gonna hang myself.
So with that trade, it just makes it makes that Mookie Betts trade even it makes it worse than
They got a catcher.
What we want to hear.
They got
what we want to
another
see.
outfielder, and they got Vogel, Sugar.
I do like one of those YouTube things.
I'd say just pay Brock Holt on the cheap, get your utility player back.
Go to Cincinnati.
No.
As far as I know, they gave away Brock Holt's number 12 to Vogel, whatever the fuck his name is.
How dare they?
They gave it away, so it looks like the Brock Holt era is going to be coming to an end. As much as I don't want it to, Brock Holt was a great utility guy. He's come up clutch.
He was being down
multiple times.
He loved it up here.
The guy loves it. He loves the Sox. Dude, he loves it up here.
He loved it in Boston.
Fun fact about Brock Holt. He married like one of those Nesson chicks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, so does the rest of the fucking team.
When you're famous, you marry famous.
Why do you think
she was dope.
Nesson or any Boston sports related newscaster that's a woman? Why do you think they're always gone the next 6 months? That's all it is. They see a piece of ass. So, anyways,
famous marries famous.
What do you think about this Kevin Pillar trade?
Quick update.
Yeah, I like Kevin Pillar.
Yeah, that was like 6 hours ago.
Hey, you know what?
We'll get to the Bruins talk in a minute. That's something I want to touch up a lot on. Moving forward, we'll.
That's right, guys. You heard it here. This Bostonian's going to enemy territory in New York.
I'm going to hang out with someone. I'm going to an Islanders game. I'm not going to a Rangers game. Fuck the Rangers.
That's just as bad because the Islanders are actually good-ish.
It's a better game. Who cares?
Everyone who's watching this that lives in New York, make sure you give him one love shank on the way.
I'll give you a top. We'll talk hockey in about like 30 minutes, okay? And then that'll probably be the rest of the fucking podcast. So, anyways, what do you think about this Kevin Pillar trade? As far as for
did they trade for him? I thought they just signed it for a 1 year.
Signing 1 year deal. It wasn't a bad signing. No. He's a great defensive player. As far as for when he was back with the Blue Jays. When he was with San Francisco,
they probably picked him up because of the injury.
Incredibly defensive.
No, they picked him up with Alex because they thought that he'd be better against left-handed hitters, which he is. He's a great hitter against lefties,
which is something we struggle a lot with as far as for
when he's come to Boston and he's played against us, he loves that green monster and he can hit.
Yeah,
he's played in ballparks that just didn't fit his style. Honestly, I think he comes to Boston and he wins the job over that Alex kid. And Alex wins the job over Jackie. That's it.
Jackie's replacements have come in between Pillar and Alex.
They're never going to get rid of Jackie unless if that contract goes down. Unless if
the
team wants to take up that contract. Again, for a guy who is batting, like, what did I say last week? I gave him extra for what it was.
Yeah.
What it was.
Yeah, I think
He was like averaging like 232, 236.
The other thing is the only thing you can really do with him is basically just put him at a DH if you really want him in the lineup.
But he's not a heavier guy to be a DH.
Well, that's the problem.
He has to bat at 8th, 9th spot. Bradley is a struggling batter on the plate. No matter what, you can make him have these defensive plays of the year, plays of the game, whatever. He can be as defensive as he wants. But when it comes time to actually being on base, getting hits, getting home runs, getting our RBIs brought into home for the win, he's nowhere to be found. The guy bats at 236 all year round. He hits 1 or 2 home runs every other friggin' week and a half. The guy can't hit for life. As far as Bradley goes, he's gonna be stuck there. Nobody's gonna want him with that contract unless if they're willing to take up that kind of contract. They can get rid of maybe cap or whatever. Even though that there is no cap in the MLB, whatever luxury.
I'll send him down to the minors.
There, but Pilar is gonna be
too much money down there.
Oh well.
Pilar is going to be an exclusive player to watch
There's
this
really
year.
nothing else to do with him unless you can trade him.
Yeah.
Honestly, he kind of compliments letting Mookie go because he's not bad in the field and he's good. It's not like you went out and said, hey, let me just grab a player just because I need another bat on the bench just to say I need another guy.
You talking Pilar?
Yeah, Pilar.
Okay.
So you're saying Bradley? I was gonna have to reach across and smash.
Yeah. Bradley, like I just said, Bradley is okay defensively. But he's only flashy when he wants to be, but it's the batting issue. Pilar himself was a great pickup for the Sox, I believe. As far as for defense wise, also batting. Batting, I'm not entirely sure, career wise. But I know when he was playing here in Boston, while he was on the Blue Jays, or even the occasional, Giants, the occasional Giants series that we had. He's putting up numbers. He put up a lot of good numbers.
If you're playing in the MLB, you should be able to play the friggin' outfield. If that's what you were doing your whole time, you should be able to track a fly ball. Yeah. Really, we do give a lot of credit to them for those diving plays, but you're not always supposed to have to make those if you're in the right spot and know how to track a ball.
So I'll ask you guys a question then, and then I'll give you guys my input. How does Mookie do in LA? What do you guys think he does? MVP season or no?
I think he has a good season. I think he's going to have a good season. I love Mookie. I think this deal was a little high for him. I'm glad that he's on a team where he can probably win again. I don't hate Mookie for wanting the money. I believe it was a little too high, just like the rest of, Boston Nation, whatever the hell you want to say. As far as for
$420 million was greedy.
Yeah, I agree. It was a greedy deal. He's not worth the Mike Trout type of deal.
That's the same thing I was talking about you guys last week. Is that if he really wanted to be in Boston,
I'm not angry about it.
Yeah, neither am I.
But I understand.
Yeah,
I can understand with it, but I'm not angry. But it was a bad trade overall. I'm glad you got David Price out of that deal.
Yep.
However, I do think
still had to send the money too.
Yes, we still had to send some money over to
It's going to be the next few years,
just for them to even take on that deal. I believe Mookie has a great year. I have a feeling he's going to probably bat upwards in between the first and fifth spot. If he plays DH, he'll bat no matter what. I don't see him in a lower position. Yeah, sorry, national, yeah. No DH spot in the National League. They want to implicate it, though.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea.
Neither do
Might
I.
as well.
Neither do I. Although,
you get a lot more
if you got a pitcher who can fucking rake it,
which
absolutely.
is rare.
Sure. What's his name over there?
You know why? Because most teams in college, they don't work with pitchers in their batting.
Yeah.
They work them in the bullpen, and that's it, really. They're not expecting you to go up and go, ding up. God,
college?
Beckett wasn't it.
College hits.
Yeah, but I know they hit, but I'm saying is they're not going to solely focus on the pitcher going up and hitting a dinger every time they get to bat. And 9 out of 10 times, if you look at pitchers' records in college, it ain't pretty either. So because most pitchers aren't built like the batters. They build up some bulk. They build up enough for their arm speed, but they're not building up so they can go up there and just go, crank it. You might want to put up a fielder in those mountains in case. Oh, bang.
Porcello had a decent time batting against the National League. I think he did fairly well. I think he's going to have a great year with the Mets.
Want him back.
Fortunately, we ain't going to get him.
I want Porcello.
Was it a 1 year deal that he got? 1 year deal. Maybe he comes back in the offseason next year.
By this.
Who knows?
So what's your pick on Mookie?
I say he doesn't have an MVP season, but he does have a good season. It'll also be a lot of adapting. You know, he's going to have a little bit of a different schedule on who he plays. It's not always going to be the same teams like he was with the Sox. You don't have to go through the same schedule.
Mm-hmm.
You got different teams you're going to be playing. Eventually, when he comes back to here, it's probably going to be in my opinion, it'll be his worst first game against us in our series because he's going to be emotional. So he says.
I think he's going to get he's definitely 100% going to get a mixed review between the entire crowd. There's going to be some boos for sure. There's going to be a lot of boos. There's going to be a lot of cheers because you can't exactly hate Mookie.
Yeah.
Mookie was great while he was here. Great. He produced a World Series for us. I just think
the whole he's Boston he wants was utter crap. If you wanted to stay in Boston, we offered you $300
I don't think it was entirely like that, but you can't blame him for wanting the money.
I can't.
But he was a little greedy on it.
10 years for $300 million is still a fantastic deal for him. It's not Mike Trout money because he's not worth Mike Trout money. He's not.
Absolutely.
But $300 million to any player.
MLB Network just put him recently. In the top 100, he was placed, I believe, second or third overall players.
Look at Bryce Harper. I'm going to go play for this team. Screw my old team. They suck. They win the World Series. Can I go back? What the hell? You chase the money, but you lost out on a World Series. Yeah. Some of these players are becoming so.
Bryce himself is overrated.
Yeah, but they're also players are becoming more cha-ching related. They're not here to play the game anymore. They want the money.
It might just be me talking, only because growing up here, I understand money isn't everything. Mm-hmm. But if I was to ever, regardless of what the sport is, I would focus on a championship first.
Yeah.
Which he did. He got the championship first. Now he's focused on his money. I don't blame him for that. But if you're saying that you want to stay in Boston, you're going to learn to have to take a pay cut. Yeah. Look at Brady. Brady has taken pay cuts over 20 years.
Yeah.
That is not the case of I love it here in Boston. I want to stay here in Boston. That's Brady. That's Brady loving it here in New England. Mm-hmm. Mookie Betts, that was a little bit of a lie, but I don't blame him for wanting the money.
And also, if you look at Brady versus Mookie, though, is Brady's had loyal freaking fans.
Yes.
Anyone here in Boston would probably suck his dick. Not gonna lie. Sorry, Facebook.
I'm good.
I'm not saying it as in a physical thing, but the way that people talk about him, there's a shrine somewhere in their house that's got the goat all over it. Yeah, somewhere in someone's house.
You're probably right. I'm not gonna.
I mean, look at the movie Ted when they went to jack him off.
As opposed to being Mookie.
Mookie was here. Did
when
well,
he was here, you had to you loved him.
Yeah.
When Mookie was here, you loved him. I still love Mookie.
Mookie to me was the continuation of the uke because I do the mook. And now we don't have one of those.
I didn't really have much of a love for you. I like you. Don't get me wrong.
That whole line,
one of my top third basemen I liked.
That whole line used to drive me crazy. Mike Lowell, you got Kevin Youkilis, Shea Hillenbrand, Trot Nixon. You had Coco Crisp at one time. You remember him? After the cereal.
Coco wasn't bad though.
Oh, he wasn't. He was a fast motherfucker.
He was a fast guy in the outfield.
Absolutely.
He learned to run.
One of his plays is still on the highlight reel for decades. Is that dive and catch he had where he looked like he was Superman for a second. The hang time he had on that dive.
Yep.
That man friggin' flew. Never seen anything like it.
All right, so here's my take on Mookie. I don't think Mookie has a great year. I think he does have a good year, but
it's a transition year.
No, but you got to look at it too, right? We're at sea level here. Easy for the ball to travel. Now you're going to LA where they're above sea level. Harder to hit. Mm-hmm. Now you have to bulk up a little bit more to make that ball travel. You guys see how small Mookie is.
Yeah, well, that's why we also
he's gonna be a lot of doubles this year. If anything, he's gonna lead in doubles, maybe triples this year. As far as his home run numbers, I don't think he hits a lot of home runs this year.
Well, see, that's why I said
good
transition.
in the World Series.
Yeah.
He did good in the World Series.
But it also depends on how many
Series.
games he plays over on
He's
the
only
West
got to play
Coast.
2 or 3 games over there. Now, this is the course of the
His
season.
game, well,
Yeah,
what
over
could
the course
He's
of
going
the
to get
season,
more
yes.
fatigue.
But what could help
yeah.
him is his travel games, the away games. That could increase the way that he bats because even
He
if he's
doesn't
at
really
home,
do good on away teams.
well, if he's coming back this
He
way
owns
where,
New York,
where
though.
they're back at sea level, that might be a different story. You know, he's used to batting over here, so if he start traveling,
You guys go to
east-wise-
Colorado more. They're the
Yeah.
same way. It's
Yeah.
harder to hit in Colorado.
My thing
I
is
feel like
it's-
he's if anything, he does good when he goes to the East Coast.
Yeah, well, we both said that it's either way. It's going to be a transition year for him to realize what he's got to do, how he's going to make the changes. He does have this preseason to kind of bulk up or try to get what he can out of it.
Mhm.
Not going to be enough, obviously.
Why not? Yeah, definitely
Not
not.
a quick change of time, but at the same time, he's still not going to be that bad. Hey, Kenneth, we did just talk about Kevin Pillar, but we can give a quick recap to that. We all here are in agreement that he was a great one-year signed deal, a good replacement for what they lost in Mookie type deal.
I think he gets an extension.
I think he might too, depending on how he turns out.
If
But
he
you
does
gotta
good
say-
this year, I think they would be stupid to be like, okay, let's not keep him.
Mhm. Well, that's if they can.
The Giants
big
were
if-
stupid not to resign
The
him.
big if is Bradley because he's going to be a cog. He's going to be a wrench in this right now because you've got the new kid who came over for Mookie's replacement. You still have to figure out what you're going to do with Bradley.
Another thing to count into this is Michael Chavis.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be working in Michael Chavis into the
Second base.
lineup.
He's gonna be a second base.
He will more likely be a second baseman.
Kid can hit dingers.
Well,
Kid
he also
can
had
hit
he
dingers.
also had a PED
Yeah,
situation going on.
yeah.
So, as far as
But that's the
for
minors, though. You can't knock him for that right now.
yeah, that's true. That is true. But when it comes time to
When it
be
comes to
I know
in
he's
a
your
full,
board,
in
you
a
know?
full MLB lineup, that's gonna have to be something that you go on and nip in the
He's
butt
gonna.
early.
I say he has a good stretch and then he dips because it was the same thing with Devers when he first came up.
Yep.
Devers did pretty good last year, being a full season in the majors.
He was doing phenomenal.
Yeah, I think Chavez will, at the beginning of the season, he'll probably either have that slump, and then be good down the stretch, or he's gonna be okay at the beginning, then he's gonna dip, but then come back up.
What about that new catcher they got in that trade as well? Any thoughts
You
on
got. I gotta say,
Um,
you have a battle for the second catcher.
It's going to be, yeah. Your number one right now is going to be Christian Vasquez.
for sure.
Your number two
I
is
love
going to be
him.
a big time battle.
I freaking love Vasquez.
I don't think it was the right choice to let go of Travis. Sam Travis. I feel like it was a little bit of
He
a
gonna play first base
little bit of a
and
loss.
everything, too.
A little bit of
Mitch,
a
but I
little bit
love
of a
Mitchie
washout.
over there.
You got Mitch Mullen signed on another deal.
You got JD.
Um,
JD's staying. He wanted to stay.
He's going to be DH.
But
Though.
he actually wanted to stay.
He needs
wanted to stay.
to just stay strictly DH.
He has
Yeah,
to.
he should.
He needs to stop wanting to play the
He's
field.
no
He needs
longer
be
going to
poppy.
He's no longer going to be
That's
a
probably what
fielding
they
guy.
talked about when they agreed to take him back. They said
The guy
probably
hits
have
home
to be
runs.
DH. Yeah.
That's all he's going to be good for right
Yeah.
now.
That's all we need.
Yeah.
We need you to come in, pretend to be Poppy. We know you're not, and do what you're supposed to do. Hit the ball over the fence and make everyone go woo. All right.
So back to Kenneth Borden on the Kevin Pillar talk. We all came to an agreement as far as for Kevin Pillar, his
For the
1 year
deal.
his 1 year
What
deal
did
was
they
a
sign
great
him for?
deal.
I think it was like
We have been watching
$2
him with Toronto, with San Francisco.
He can make plays.
Defensive numbers are phenomenal. The guy is a great defensive player. I've seen a lot of diving catches, a lot of overextended plays
pictures
that
that they
he can definitely play the game in the outfield. Batting wise, again
How
over in
old
San
is he?
Francisco, even though he was with Toronto for
He's
a while,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
the kid's going to be great. I believe
He may earn an extension.
He's gonna end up with an extension. I would
If
give it
not,
probably
he's
like
gonna
a
earn
5 or
his
6 year extension. You're gonna have to work as far as for money wise, but probably like a 5 year extension.
I want to know
That's
how
at least
old and how much
personally
he got
what I
signed
believe it
for.
will be. You guys can put it.
He's got a 2.59 average last season, which is not bad. Still better than Jackie Bradley.
better than Jackie. But you also had Mookie.
I think
You
what
had-
I'm more
you had
concerned about more than
Martinez.
anything, forget the batting. I'm concerned for our pitching.
No,
pitching is going to
they
be
didn't
the
do
biggest
average.
issue.
His batting average for like a career wise is 261, which is still higher than him.
Yeah,
I mean, the pitching is.
he's an average
Oh, he's
batter,
31.
a little bit
He's 31,
above.
so he's still young.
Yeah,
You
I
can still
agree
sign
with
him
that
for
5 year, the 5 or 6 year, give it to 36, and then 37 or in
The 5 year deal will be a perfect deal for him right now. If he wants to sign an extension as well, after that we can come to that terms. When it happens.
I just, I'm just nervous because the pitching didn't really get any
Pitching
love.
is going to be the biggest deal this year so far.
They got rid of Price, which was great, but they didn't improve anything.
No, they're talking about trying to get another pitcher off the free agent. So
Yeah, they got to hurry. Who's on the free agency for pitchers right now? Let's take a look at this and dive into
It's a bit slim, to be honest.
Garrett Cole.
Garrett Cole
Garrett Cole
just
just
signed
signed.
with
Yeah.
New York. New York is going to be an extremely
They're gonna be
odd
tough
rotation
this year.
to
Oh.
battle.
Who?
they still got Sonny Gray, right?
Who
One
was it?
Sonny Gray.
got traded.
Sonny Gray got traded.
Who's the team
They still
again?
got a bad lineup though.
As far New York,
Okay.
yeah, we're talking New York. As far as for them throughout the year, you can definitely expect them to be in the number one spot for the East.
You find me pitchers?
New York's rotation is going to be incredible this year. Batting wise,
Reynolds is
same
still
thing.
Fucking
So
Steve
you're going to be battling with New York.
Kuda.
You're going to
I
be
don't
battling
care
with
about these. I want my
Tampa.
pitchers. Where are my
Cleveland.
pitchers list? You're off the.
It's going to be
research
tough.
department.
Rotation wise for the Sox are going to be a big
Starting
time
pitchers.
issue.
Here we go.
Andrew
Zach
Cashner.
Wheeler. Oh, he
Jason
signed.
Vaughn.
They're saying who signed her.
Yeah, right here. The ones that don't have nothing. You have Andrew Cashner, Jason Vargas.
Aaron
Cashner-
Sanchez.
Cashner's
will
not
be
bad.
okay.
Clay
Aaron
Buchholz.
Sanchez. Aaron Sanchez would be a pickup. I'm surprised he's not signed. He's 27. He can throw a ball hard.
I mean, maybe that's who they're going to get because there's really not left in here. You can get Buckles
Sign
back.
him to a minor league
Cashner
deal.
and Sanchez will be probably the two biggest starters.
Oh,
you can probably
Marcus
pick up.
Estrada still.
Yep.
Another deal. Another reason that you're going to have another issue.
Matt
is
Harvey.
Yeah.
Matt
Closer.
Harvey.
Closer.
Matt Harvey can close.
Yeah, Matt Harvey.
He used to be a closer. That's what he came into the league as.
I might risk it for Matt Harvey.
I take Matt Harvey. Put him
Get
in
some.
the
Get
He
Get the
throws
other kid.
hard, and he can't really do long innings anymore.
I'm disappointed they didn't get that kid in that trade because he threw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
David, he was going to start too.
Yeah.
You got Irvin Santana. He's also, but he's
37.
up there.
So that's
That's
it.
it.
There's really no. What about relief pitchers? What are we looking at down there? Sam Dyson, not bad.
No, he's not. McHugh.
Uh,
Colin McHugh. can
Guerra.
close, too. Yeah, I would go Colin McHugh. You need somebody that's a veteran relief pitcher that could throw hard and he could command a bullpen.
Corey
We
Guerin.
don't even really have anybody. And then you have Fernando Rodney.
Tommy
33.
Hunter.
You're gonna have Erod, Chris Sale, basically Evaldi. If
Again,
he's okay.
You got three, and then you got to figure
Top
out
three rotation, then you have to figure out those bottom
J.C.
two,
Ramirez, not bad.
which you can get Cashner and Sanchez and have a decent
I go
bullpen.
Sanchez because you can sign him cheap for at least 3 or 4 years.
Yep.
And then by the time he's 30, he can command a.
I want Wei Yin Shen. Just because.
Just because.
Yeah.
What do you want, another Dice case situation?
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, I used to love Dice K, bro. This
Absolutely
shit.
not.
He used to pump me up with his red glove. And
No, thank you. No, thank
Wait,
you. I
hold
do
on.
not want that situation again.
Addison Reed's
Yeah.
pretty good for.
he's just sitting there.
He's a
Josh
closer.
Fields, Tony Segura.
Maybe as a
Those are
reliever,
options.
maybe as a relieving situation.
Well, these are all relief pitches. I wish they had a section that just said closer.
Well, they're just
Closer
considered
starters, all
relief.
that. Yes, I agree.
It's stupid. Though.
There's no breakdown.
You still
It's just
have
relief for
Michael
starters. That's all.
Where do you guys see the Sox position wise by the end of the season? Actually, sorry, not by the end of the season.
Middle of the
by,
pack.
Third,
We'll say by trade deadline.
Middle of the pack.
definitely third.
I want to say fourth. I want to say they'll be about fourth in the standings on the East wise.
I say I don't think Baltimore's going to beat us though. That's why I'm saying
No,
Eagles-
Baltimore won't beat us.
That's why I'm saying New York, Tampa, than us.
Yeah, and by the end of the season,
Blue
I
Jays
agree.
got a little better, but they didn't really get better with hitting wise. They had pitching, but as far as producing,
by the trade deadline, I could see Blue Jays above us. This is why I'm saying fourth. I would say
they'll be higher,
New York, Tampa, Toronto, Sox, Orioles, and by the end of the season, we'll be back in third. Toronto below us, and we're gonna have a mediocre. We'll probably be in the wild card.
I say we win 80 games. I don't think we win any more than 80 games.
I want to
70.
I want to be
I say
okay
at lowest 75.
wearing. I want to be okay wearing 85 wins for the year.
That would be bad. It's right around where we were last year.
Be best for us if we could.
Staying above 500 is what we got to do.
Alex Carpenter says Bostonian Thoughts wearing a Colorado jersey. Only wearing a Colorado jersey just because it's Ray Bork on the back. That's a hometown.
Yeah, trying to
Well, I
catch a
can't say
slip in.
hometown hero because he's not from here, but a long-time hero for the Bruins.
Him and Bobby Orr.
Yep.
Well, we got a half hour left on our podcast, guys.
Yeah, we can switch over.
Puck and stick.
It's gonna be hockey time.
I think
Bruins win.
I gotta
big game
tell
today,
you,
3-1.
Marchand's dangles to these passes, these past 2 games, have been utter filth.
I can agree.
I've rewatched them like several times, and they are just friggin' filthy.
Bruins are now 9-10 in the past 10 games that they have played.
They're still holding that number 1 spot in the league. It's making me nervous.
The number 1 spot.
I don't want it.
You don't want the the President's Trophy quote
Tampa Bay
situation there. It's just bad luck, superstitions.
Tampa
Bay. I can see as far as for us going ahead with the playoffs. I want to say we end up somewhere in the. I want to say third again this year. Yeah, I can see Tampa, Pittsburgh, Bruins as your number 3 spots. Top 5 would be Tampa, Pittsburgh, Bruins.
Maple Leafs will get in there.
I don't want to say the Maple Leafs as far as for.
They always make it good in the standings, but
basic power rankings right now. By the end of the season, before official playoff spots have filled, Tampa number 1. Why Tampa is on a 10-game win streak. Fortunately, Bruins will be the same. Bruins will be the same way if
The only reason we're ahead of Tampa is because we have 12 overtime losses.
And this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
We need to be
12 points.
Deadline.
You can take that as a negative.
Yep.
But you have to look at it as the positive only because of the fact that we have put up at least a point.
You want another interesting fact about those standings? In the top 4 spots is us, Lightning, Maple Leafs, and Panthers, and we, being first place, don't have the highest goals for. It's every other team but us.
Yeah.
The Lightning have 211 goals for this season.
This is where
Toronto even has 209.
Yeah. We started off with the highest amount of goals scored in the beginning of the season.
Goals against.
It has slowed down. This is where during normally the trade deadline, each year the Bruins will normally.
Last time we're 9-1. We're 9-1.
Yes, we're 9-1 in the last 10, as opposed to Tampa being a full perfect.
Yeah, they've got to win 10
to 10.
Which they weren't doing so well in the beginning.
Yes, I agree. And this is what I'm trying to say is over the course of the trade deadline, teams will fluctuate.
Are you trying to fart?
And please don't. Please don't.
On, dude.
I can see Tampa, Pittsburgh, Bruins.
Not healthy to hold it.
And then you got.
You gotta try, man.
I want to say Colorado, Dallas, and then Toronto. Dallas is going to be another force to reckon.
Because you're wearing the jersey. Though?
No, Colorado is going to be a force for a playoff.
Devils make a.
Devils are absolutely not.
Cannot say that with a straight face.
Alex Carpenter, Josiah will not be in our fantasy league next year. I can assure you that. Josiah cannot make a fantasy team for the life of him. So
Oilers are actually holding the 1 spot.
Trade deadline.
Don't get me started.
Trades.
I'm getting friggin' nervous.
This is what we're going to be talking about tonight. Trades. Boston has been linked to a numerous
the worst one
amount of
almost
players
every
this
fucking
year.
trade.
The worst.
I'm telling you, a good 90% of the trades.
Well, that's whatever the journalists type up. As soon as someone goes and says that this person's on the trade market, the Bruins are automatically linked to it.
That's them.
Big bad Joe Thornton is scaring the shit out of me. I don't want him.
Joe Thornton's not going to be a Bruin again.
I don't want him.
100% Joe Thornton will not be a Bruin again. If Joe Thornton becomes a Bruin, I will fucking shoot myself.
Since Chris Kreider wants
you are looking to get younger, not older. If you were looking to come
Kovalchuk.
I would only take Kovalchuk.
price.
I would only take Kovalchuk if we still get that contract again.
Yep.
Toffoli's
still looking yummy.
If I was Montreal, Toffoli also just got a hat trick last night or yesterday. Sorry. If I was Montreal, I would keep Kovalchuk.
You're going to give him to us, Mr. LA fan.
If I was Montreal, I would keep Kovalchuk. Other teams are going to be looking, at Kovalchuk right now, given the fact that he isn't producing.
I think right now they're starting to click in Boston. I wouldn't risk too much. I'd go for grab Toffoli.
You're finally going to get rid of Backus.
They will get rid of him.
They will. They'll eventually get rid of Backus. That's something they can follow. I'll get to that.
I would send him for a mediocre D-man. Get someone who's solid, but not a top pairing, but someone who can hold. Yeah, can hold his own. Because our guys keep getting hurt, flipped around, thrown around, tossed in here. Lawson's looking good, though.
You need somebody that's going to be able to click with our
after
line
a suspension.
Still hit like we're doing right now. You can't go and get somebody that's going to be half-assed.
Well, no, they're not going to get half-assed. Backus, whether or not people like
you're probably going to get somebody half-assed for him because he ain't really.
He's still a value player.
You're going to get picks you're going to get draft picks, and then you're going to get a prospect. Yeah. That's about as much as you're going to get for David Backus. What I want to talk about right now is this Joe Thornton bullshit that has been seen all over Twitter. And
I don't want him. Stay away from me, Joe.
If you were going to get Joe Thornton, why not just keep Backus? That is the issue that I am talking about right now. Is
Big Bad
Backus.
Joe.
The guy's old. Both of them are old. You don't want to take up a contract like Backus has, but Joe Thornton's cheaper. That's the only deal that you would end up getting between that two is because of Joe Thornton's cheap contract. I don't like the fact that he's older. You want younger.
What is he going to play?
No.
That's the thing you got to.
He's a big dude.
He's going to be a slow. He's going to be
no
a
matter
fourth
what,
line.
You're going to get better.
He's going to be a fourth line ice eater. That's what he would be.
Mm-hmm.
As far as for an acquisition to get for the Bruins,
it's Foley. I go with Larkin, maybe off Detroit.
Toffoli as a winger.
Yeah.
Chris Kreider as a center.
Too much, though.
What you can do is, if you're going to get something of importance, you would have to go up to Kreider. Why? Because Kreider is a good center. It's the top. He's the top line center for the New York Rangers right now. You could put him at the third line center, move Coyle up to wing on the second line, where I've been saying he should be because of his contract. The guy can move, handle the puck. He did it perfectly today's game. Poke check on the blue line, and got a shorthanded breakaway goal. Coyle is a phenomenal player. He'll play well with Krejci, play well with DeBrusque. It's a good.
You initially
good
weren't happy
team.
with his money, but I think he's making.
He's making it. He's like I said. I like the player. I don't mind the contract. It was a bit much. 6.5. I believe he would be fine at 6.
But this
is again. He's earning it. Yeah, he's getting the points. He's scoring. He's a big block out player. He's a big guy. He's a grinder. He is a power forward, a major power forward for us. This is why I'm saying more towards Kreider as opposed to anybody else right now, only because Kreider is a top-line centerman for the New York Rangers. He's the very first line. He can be a third-line center guy for the Bruins. You can put Coyle up at that right wing. There you go. You got your winger issue solved. You got your center solved.
I'd like to see him get to Foley and Kreider, but
if you can get to Foley, that's fine.
Yeah.
With Toffoli putting up points now later on in the year, along with Kopitar, it's going to be a little bit tough.
Really.
It's going
to be a little bit tough.
Foley, that's it.
Toffoli, you could probably get a little bit cheaper. You're going to have to talk, that deal.
If you can get both
to get Kreider, this is what I want to do is you're going to have to. You could probably ship Backus, but Backus.
Well, they take Backus sort of as a.
Backus is not going to. Backus has to go to a team with the lowest cap right now because of a 6-year contract that he has. He only has 1 year left, yes, but it's at $6.5 million.
Which I think the Rangers right now can afford because they're dumping a lot of people.
The Rangers, no, not really, because of them being not really cap-wise, they don't really have it. Teams to take it would be probably Chicago. Chicago can take care of it this year. They get the least amount aside from Tays.
So here are the teams, the 7 NHL
company.
teams that can weaponize salary cap space. Ottawa, Devils, Islanders, Philly, Columbus, Vancouver, and the Sabres. At number 1, the Ottawa Senators have a $37.7 million cap space right now.
Who they got though?
You've got Devils. Well, that's why they have cap
Now,
space. They have no one.
In order, you're only
You're
only dumping Backus as a cap space opener,
Mm-hmm.
so you're not going to be getting much.
Send him to
back.
Buffalo.
You can. What I would do, to be honest,
Take
is
Eichel.
I would take a first-round pick for Backus to Ottawa, or a second-round pick.
I might go with Buffalo's picks, to be honest. They got more value because Buffalo's.
Ottawa is down there though. Ottawa is probably second in the league, second to last in the league.
See.
And what I want to do is
they're just 2 spots below Buffalo.
All right, so we'll go to the league,
Okay.
complete league.
Let's see, league.
I'm pretty sure they're second. I'm pretty sure they're like 31st or 3rd.
They're 29th.
All right, so
Buffalo's
they're third to
24th.
last.
I'd go with Detroit.
Detroit, you can probably get back Mike Green.
Well, you could get
if you want,
for Backus to send him over to Detroit.
in order to send Backus, you're going to have to send a pick because Backus's contract is not exactly enticing. He's a 6.5 guy who's not even playing for the Bruins anymore. Not even playing for Providence.
I mean, look at it this way:
You're going to end up sending a pick.
Right
I would
now.
do a pick for pick in Backus for Mike Green and a low end, maybe 6th, 7th round pick. That's how you're going to get rid of Backus. You're going to open up $6 million. But then again, if you get Mike Green, you're going to be taking back another $6 million. You get a defenseman in the end, though. You get a decent defenseman.
Or you take a prospect for him and open up the space anyway.
Yes, I agree.
What you have on the deep
I can agree. I would take maybe I would take maybe a top. I would take probably Philip Hronek.
Yeah.
I would take
Just
Philip Hronek.
take a
maybe
prospect, send him pick and Backus. You open up the space.
You need to open up the space for next year.
Mm-hmm.
I can agree.
That's why Chara needs to stop eating up one contract a year. Goodbye, Chara.
Chara does have to get out of here, though.
I love you, buddy, but
They're another Brady situation.
you just need to let go of the yesteryear and kind of say, all right, Chara, it's time to cut you loose.
You're part of the reason why we can't win cups because we can't bring people in.
I can't exactly say that.
I wouldn't say that either, but I would say
he's a 1-year contract, but it's kind of dirt cheap a little bit. It's a little bit dirt cheap.
And the other thing is he still has some defensive awareness, but he's just not fast enough anymore.
I don't care if he's not fast at all. I care for the defensive positioning, which he has been doing well with.
He's like
and the development. Yeah. And
just look around me.
He's more of a developing veteran guy for the other guys. You got Carlo, Krug, Grzelcyk, McAvoy, even John Moore. John Moore can use some development. Clifton, Lozon, all of them. He's a veteran guy who is meant to build the abilities of your other teammates. As far as defensive wise, he's helped Carlo, he's helped McAvoy, he's helped Grzelcyk. Now you have Krug, you have McAvoy doing that development.
The torch. You let go
exactly,
of the torch.
exactly. I can understand that. I can understand
Carlo's
that.
got it, Charles. Let it go.
I would honestly. I guarantee you. I guarantee you, the Boston Bruins give him a 1-year extension next year and keep him 1 more year and then he retires. I guarantee you. Just to be 43 and to be the exactly oldest guy in the NHL, aside from maybe Gordie Howe at the moment, to ever play.
Go play in the CHL now, Char. Like, go over to an over 40 league and enjoy your time. Man. I know no one wants to leave.
Over 40 league.
A lot of they have over 50 and 60 league in Seattle.
Damn.
I know people don't want to let go of hockey. A lot of people don't. His buddy Howie, take in mind, he's like, what, 60, 70 years old?
No. He just turned, what did he turn? 50-something?
No, he looks like he's older. That's not a good sign.
He's upwards of almost 60.
So he's still playing hockey. And I'm talking floor hockey where it's just as demanding, if not more, because you got to move. He's had some knee issues, too. People don't want to let go of hockey. It sucks. It's a great sport. I know why people don't want to let it go, but at some point, you're not moving like you should, but you just don't want to let it go. And that's Chara to me right now. He knows he's not at his prime anymore, but he just can't let it go. He's like, I have to be here. It's my calling. I'm here.
It's my calling. I got
So
my wings.
to-
I'm trying to fly.
I mean, looking at it down the bottom, Detroit is dead. They're dead. This season was a wash.
Shit,
LA,
Devils,
your
maybe?
team, dead.
No, don't talk
right.
about them like that. They can come back.
No,
They
they're
can be
below
the
the
Blues,
Devils.
bro.
They're
Give
below
me
the
give
Devils.
me your top 5 by the end of the season,
Kings.
position wise.
total.
Kings.
You're delusional.
Is that a number 1 or number 12?
That's like a number 10.
I don't even think they'd crawl that high out of the basement. But we
Hold on,
talking
hold on, let's
league
see.
overall or
Overall, by the end of the season, what do you see positioning wise for
Pittsburgh's
teams?
going to number 1.
You see Pittsburgh number 1?
I see Tampa.
After that acquisition, Zucker,
Zucker,
he
yeah.
fucking put up a hell of a point streak
With-
when he first showed up. They-
so
They're not done.
It's the Crosby effect.
They're
As
not
much
done.
as much as I hate Crosby, as much as I think
It's
he's a
good
little bit of a
players
bitch,
with good
he
players.
is.
He makes people better.
I'm not going to deny the absolute talent that Crosby is.
Mhm.
Crosby is
Just like
is
McJesus.
easily the number 1 player overall in the NHL.
And McJesus.
Next step up, Connor McDavid.
McJesus.
Connor McDavid.
It's Connor McDavid, but everyone calls him McJesus.
Yes.
They call it like Jesus.
With Crosby can literally take anybody
Yeah, make him a
and
star.
make him a star.
Here, get over there. I'll give it to you.
Point proven.
Yeah.
Point proven is Jake Gensel's out.
Here we go,
Zucker's in.
Zucker.
Gets 2 goals the first game in
Yeah.
as a Pittsburgh Penguin.
Well, that's what it goes to show you. If you have the right star power, just give him anyone.
You know who is
Make it
making
work.
those flashes right now?
Who?
Marchand.
Yeah.
Marchand
He's
is making those
dangling
flashes.
through people like
Marchand is
maniac.
becoming the assist guy right
Yeah.
now.
And
He's
it wasn't
making
that
those
way
plays.
last season.
No,
Last season
not at
he
all.
was scoring and not hitting the assists. That was Bergeron in between both of them that was getting all the apples. But he has become the assist. Pasternak is on his 43rd goal now.
Yep, 43.
He's been a monster. My biggest concern is playoffs because he disappeared last playoffs.
I believe by playoff time, Bruins will go deep again.
I believe they'll go deep. It always concerns me because they tend to.
I'll give you my top 3. This is how I see it.
Well, we're doing 5 here. Come on, buddy.
Yeah, give us 5.
All right,
Let's get 5.
All right. I say
You
the
can just look at this
Islanders.
list.
I say the Islanders stay where they're at. Pittsburgh goes to 1. Tampa stays at 2. Boston ends up at 3. Boston tends to go on that losing streak, and they do it the back end.
I would go towards Pittsburgh, Tampa, Boston, Islanders inch ahead of Washington.
Last time we won, weren't we in the 3rd spot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Overall, we were 3. This year, I want to bump
We're
them
never
up.
usually overall high.
No,
We're
that's what I'm saying.
usually
Yeah,
overall in the playoffs. we're
that's why I like the
monsters.
3rd spot. I feel like a lot of people
this
put it at
year,
the
I
3rd
want
spot.
to bump the Bruins up. I want to say, to be honest, I want to put Pittsburgh, Boston, Tampa, and then I want to say Washington and Colorado as your top 5.
Right now, Colorado sits. Is this the Eastern?
Yeah, you're in the wrong spot, bro.
You got to go to league.
That's not even on league. What the heck's-
But those are my top 5 as far as for
Colorado's in
position-wise.
7th right now.
This is what I'm saying. Colorado.
So
I
hold on,
believe to be fifth
let's
by the end of the
let's
league.
do it this way for a breakdown for the fans. So let's go league top 5, then we go to our Eastern Conference. Since we're Eastern, we'll do an Eastern Conference.
We'll just do league
I
overall.
just gave you my use.
I
just do-
did Eastern, but I didn't include league because I was in the right thing. So my pick should probably
league
be out.
league overall
All right.
to finalize.
League overall would
League
still be
overall.
Pittsburgh number 1. That'd be my number 1. I will put Boston at number 3. Tampa number 2. Colorado. And you know what? I'm going to say Dallas.
All right, so
Dallas.
I'll do my league top 5. I say Boston still at 3, Pittsburgh 1, Tampa 2, and then I go Colorado 4, Dallas 5th.
Ooh, Colorado 4.
I see Washington coming out and being number 4.
I have a feel they're going to dip. I think they're going to take a dip soon.
Well, that's what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
By
They only lost one.
towards it's not even the deadline yet. Towards the end of the year, I see Washington coming out of the slump. Ovechkin's going to be scoring again, and they'll be back up at 4th.
Yeah, eventually it always comes alive at the end.
I'd like to see it. Pittsburgh's a concerning factor because they're going to be good. And they're not done with the trade deadline.
Pittsburgh will be up more, though.
Oh, I know they will. I'm just saying they're not done yet. They said they still got more moves to make by trade
I feel
deadline.
like Colorado getting traded now. They're going to be hard to.
Colorado's looking for a
hard
goalie.
to
As far as for
down.
goalie-wise, they got plenty of trade deals.
Yeah, goodbye, Lundqvist.
LA, yeah.
New York.
You have
LA
Lundqvist.
quick.
You also have Carey Price if you can take up that $10 million a year.
Which none of the top teams were on that list that can take that. So you'd have to make a trade happen where you're going to give them a decent amount.
Yep.
Your Tortilla's calling.
Yeah, my Tortilla's gone. You guys start basketball talk, and I'll be right back.
Talk basketball.
So
we only got 10 minutes left.
Yeah,
we can still talk about it. All-Star game. Who do you got? Team Giannis or do you get Team LeBron?
I don't even know who they have.
I'm gonna go with Giannis. To be honest, I'm gonna still stick with the East.
Beast.
I still have to stick with the East. You know, you got
They're playing tonight, right?
Yeah. Overall, I would have to stick with my East team. I'm gonna say Giannis. Team Giannis going all out.
Make
sure to bring up the dunk contest.
Yeah, you can bring up the dunk
That
contest.
controversy.
That controversy. I don't know what happened with that.
I don't really either. I was just reading about it.
As far as I know, I believe Aaron Gordon got snubbed from the dunk contest.
Oof.
I can't exactly remember off the top of my head. Give me 2 seconds.
I was listening to a little 98.5 as well, and they're talking some Celtics. A lot of gibberish to me, but they said they're not worried about them playing the big guy teams at all.
They should.
They're saying that
They're going to be playing some hard teams.
they say that their team chemistry might help them pass those big guy teams. And the way that I forget his name. Tatum, is that the one who's been going off like a maniac?
Yeah, Tatum has been getting a lot of look over the league all around by not just coaches, not just owners, trade dealers, or whatever the hell you want to do, but players. Kawhi Leonard.
I mean, if that's one thing
especially in the overtime game against the Clippers the other night.
He got the best.
He put up what 39 points in the 141 win over the Clippers.
He's number 4? What was that?
He came in third for how fast he ran.
This is
with the ball handling.
Yeah.
So he came in fourth.
I mean, that's one thing I can say about Boston teams in general. We always seem to pick up a talent somewhere along the road that turns into like an explosive.
Jason Tatum won the 3-point contest?
I guess so. That's what it says right here.
Oh.
The man's a monster.
My dude. Well, you look at the 3-point contest.
I did see some news that they did say that Isaiah Thomas is not the fit they're looking for in the Celtics.
No. As much as I would like an IT reunion, it's not exactly going to be a player that they're going to be looking at.
No, they did.
They're not looking for a fucking gnome. They're they're not looking for a guy to know right now. They're looking for a big guy. They're looking for a fucking
get our IT guy over there.
Can you shoot a ball? Can you post up in the paint?
I'll shoot, but it ain't going in.
Ain't it going in?
How did you do in English class?
I did well.
You did well.
Mr. Shioni, dude.
I didn't have him.
Miss Lava.
Oh, this lava. I would fuck the shit out of this lava.
Jesus, family friendly.
Now, what if she was watching this?
What if her son's watching this?
I'll let me go. I don't know if he got.
Becca's watching.
I don't give a fuck. I got bitches.
You're sleeping on the fucking couch tonight, then. I can't tell you.
Karen's
I sleep on the
watching.
couch anyways. That shows you, motherfuckers.
I wouldn't be proud of that.
That's my bed anyways.
Shit. Damn, man, I wouldn't be proud of
She
that.
can't deal with my snoring.
Karen kicked him out. Oh, he's opening the chocolate milk. It's go
Yeah,
time.
man. I got a free chocolate milk tonight.
Yeah. Just for being here.
Good looks, my friend. So, anyways, kind of wrapping up. Not much to talk about. I mean,
Not basketball yet.
NBA.
They're on the All-Star.
NBA All-Star contest tonight, and I got Team Giannis in the game.
I do
See what
like
goes
that they
on.
did.
Team LeBron.
I do like
LeBron
that they named the
James.
All-Star MVP.
LeBron James.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, they did change the MVP name to Kobe Bryant.
Good.
All-Star
LeBron
MVP.
James.
As they should.
I do like that. You know,
They're trying to get his logo.
respect.
They're trying to make the logo Kobe Bryant for the
I'm
NBA.
I would agree.
I mean,
I
I
would
would like
agree.
to see that, but I don't think that they will.
They
I like
should.
that.
You're
He
right.
was a big part of the NBA, whether people like to, on the back end of it and whether or not he left his team and retired. He was still driving force in the NBA. He was big with basketball. He coached his daughter. His daughter was probably going to be better than him, he said, which by WNBA standards, I guess, which nothing offensive about that. It's just they don't have.
Let's go, guys. Good job.
do basketball. Let's do that basketball. Do that dribble. But she did. I saw some of her highlights that they played when she had passed away, and she was pretty phenomenal
Yeah, she
with the
was
ball
phenomenal.
handles and everything.
Yeah, she was a replica. Kobe.
Yeah, she absolutely was. She looked just like him. You should see the dude smiling when she would score and everything. That man was happy as could be.
That goddamn pilot, bro.
That goddamn pilot.
Wasn't exactly his fault.
And he
No,
felt the
the
pressure
report
of
came
taking
out.
off.
Yeah,
They didn't have a.
they blamed him for the crash.
Oh, did they?
The
Yeah.
company itself was not allotted to fly in fog. He was, but they weren't. So he technically was not supposed
So
to fly.
they told him to keep going up to get out of the fog and get out of the clouds, right? He decides to freak out and crash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it.
Damn pilot.
So look at the starting five for LeBron's team:
James
James
Harden,
Howard, Luka Doncic.
LeBron
Besides
James,
his
Howard,
Kawhi Leonard, and Anthony Davis.
James Harden, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and Anthony Davis. That's a force to be reckoned with. I still have Team Giannis on that one, to be honest.
Kemba Walker, Trae Young.
You got Walker, Young,
How do you
Trae Young.
pronounce that?
Tentacumpo,
You
you got
Pascal Siakam.
Pascal Siakam, and then you got Joel Embiid.
Is that Giannis? Is that Team Giannis?
Yeah, Team Giannis. I still got him, to be honest.
I don't like the starting five though.
I wish you luck, Dave. I hope you did not bet on this.
I didn't bet on it. No. I don't bet on.
Do you want to bet with Nick here?
I don't bet on basketball. Yet.
LeBron James wins the game.
I don't bet on basketball. Most of the things I'll bet on, but
LeBron
not basketball.
James. He had Jimmy
So-
Butler. He could have started.
Just as a heads up, we'll do kind of a summer recap. On our Facebook page, feel free to hit us up with your final predictions as to where you see Brady going.
Hold on, real quick. You let us know too. If he got Team Giannis, I got Team LeBron. Let us know who you think's gonna win.
Yeah.
We should start a poll on our page. Have
Yeah,
people
right
go on
now.
it.
Yeah.
Team LeBron
Dave
or
will go ahead
Team
and
Giannis?
start that up. Also, like I said, going forward, you guys, please message us or get in touch with us if you want to be a guest star. We can make it happen. If you want to go ahead and give us a topic to talk about next week or something to keep our eyes on, let us know. We'll discuss it in depth that next week. Donations, you can definitely do that. Use our Patreon link. Donations, packies, whatever you want to call. We have a Patreon page for you guys to go in, make a donation, set it up. Again, if you want to be a guest star, let us know. We'll work something out. We generally do these on Sunday right now. Going forward, we might actually, I've decided to bring this up, we might actually try and do a basketball separate talk. Just give them a basketball talk. I think we could get Dylan involved in that one. That's more his sport. You guys can figure out if you want to do that at a different location. You can come here and do it. I don't really care. Because I'm just not able to keep up with basketball as it does not.
No, that's why
pique
we
my
have it for
interest.
the last 10, 15 minutes. That's why
Yeah, but I shouldn't be stepping out because I can't talk basketball. So
Stop fucking watching, bro.
I can't watch it.
You
It
can look
bores
up
me.
highlights during the Sunday before we come.
Well, highlights would only help me to a certain extent. I'd still want to be able to talk like Celtics. I'm not going to watch highlights from everyone.
Let's talk about Fantasy Island. That movie sucked.
No. But again, if you have any reactions, questions, comments, always hit us up. Facebook's one of our best means of contact. You can message the Bostonian Thoughts page or speak to one of us.
Polls up.
The poll is up on our Facebook, so if
Get
you
your
want to give
votes.
us
NBA All-Star
votes.
game. Who do you got? Team Giannis or Team
Going the
LeBron?
bell.
We want to see Dave lose by a landslide, so if you all want to vote Team LeBron, that would be fantastic.
Hey, what if I do win? What if I do
If he
win?
wins, then Dave has
Yo,
pride.
if you do win, I'll bring whatever you want for dinner for all of us next week.
Ooh.
Okay. Sounds good.
What happens if LeBron wins?
Nothing.
He's like,
I don't bet on basketball.
I'll
but
money like that.
Since if I win, I get something, but if I lose nothing. We'll make this bet. But no, get the poll going. You heard it here. Nick will supply dinner of whatever we decide that night, and he will eat none of it.
No, I'm definitely eating. I'm not buying food and not eating it.
But our IT guy may get some. We'll throw him some scraps depending on how well he performs in his role.
If he goes vote Team LeBron, he could definitely have whatever the fuck he wants.
Now you just made him vote Team LeBron. He doesn't even know what he's voting for.
Hey, it's okay. I'm another guy.
But again, we're just going to go ahead.
I'm going to share this post. Wait, can I share that? Yeah, I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tell your friends. Check us out on Facebook. Bostonian Thoughts is where we do our live podcasts. Anyone else, you guys, like I said, if you want to guest star on this, just let us know. We're going to get ready here to sign off in just a minute. Once you hear that exiting music, our IT guy is going to cut the stream here. So let's just go ahead and peace out, boys.